Hello guys, Gold Swags here. I'm very excited to be playing Firewatch. It literally got released 1 minute ago on Steam. I've had it pre-ordered for about a week. I've been looking forward to it for about a month or so. Let's give it a go. Let's load up a brand new game. I've tried to avoid any spoilers at all, so I don't know anything about the story. I've not seen anything about the gameplay. Let's have a look. So, loading it up. Campo Santo's name of the developer. Sounds like we're in like a busy restaurant or diner in Boulder, Colorado. I see Julia. Oh, I had to press a button. That's embarrassing. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. You are drunk. I can either say, so, what's your, major? Or I can say, you're pretty. What kind of guy do we want to be? Let's just go for it. You're pretty, she says coolly. You're not. You're a future hangover. What? You reply confused. Someone should buy you a cheeseburger, she says. She flags down a waiter, and 1 week later you're Julia's boyfriend. I guess I chose correctly, if getting Julia was what I was after. Alright, we're in a lift. Trusty backpack on the floor. Which I guess is now on my back. That music though. Just playing with the controls, seeing what I can do. And zoom in with this button. Is this my car? Yeah, load my gear. That seems a bit precarious for a backpack. I feel like I'd just take it in with me. Do you know what I mean? Into the seat next to me or something. You date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in. You share an apartment near the school with a view in the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Julia wants to get a dog. I'll get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's a badass. Do I pick up the beagle and she names him Bucket, or adopt the shepherd and name him Mayhem? She wants the beagle. I'll give her the beagle. It was her idea to get a dog. Bucket's a good dog, and a week later you've totally forgotten about the other one. Julia loves him, and you love him too. This music's very atmospheric, isn't it? 1979. You talk out on the deck. It's summer, 9:30 PM, and the heat still radiates off of the high desert. So what do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? They're not very smart or good at much. Haha, you're a funny guy. I'm saying, if you and I have some, a couple of little idiots, that'd be pretty good. One day, why rush? Do you know what? It's not even a real life. Let's just go for it. That would be pretty good. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that, you say. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. I'm in the wilderness. I feel like I'm sort of doing flashbacks at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's what's happening. So the backpack's not there, so I guess it's on my back. Little hat. I'll pop it on. My Colorado license plate. Thoroughfare Trailhead. So this is the map. This is where we are. 2 forks. Do not forget to check in. No fireworks. Warning. Thoroughfare Trail is not recommended for inexperienced hikers. Thoroughfare is a primitive backcountry trail. Trail may be vague. No country. Learn to live with bears. So what's this? I don't know. Let's go. Walking down. Look at this scenery. And music. This looks beautiful. We fade to black. 1980. It's a Thursday night and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call. You're worried and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. You get mad or you ignore her. Why get mad? I'm going to ignore her. You don't touch each other all night. The next day you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold on to a tiny pill of resentment. You make some coffee and you go to work. 1981. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. Do I pose and flex like He-Man or frolic like a Victoria's Secret? I'll go for the He-Man pose, I think. Of course I look awesome. Of course I do. Oh, this is cool. I love the light here from that sun setting. Got some fallen trees. Music's still going. It's very atmospheric. Look at this. Can't get over this scenery. 2 forks. Fire lookout. 8 miles to go. Oh, bit of an in-game tutorial. In 1982. During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking Bucket at night. I won't lie, guys. I'm not feeling good about Julia or Bucket by the way that they're telling this story, yeah? So let's see what happens. There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Bucket gets kicked. Dog, Julia yells. I didn't really yell then. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she's stressed. You confront the attacker. Do I scare him away or beat his goddamn face in? Well, I don't want to go to prison. I'll just try and scare him away. You reach in your pocket like you've got a gun and threaten to kill him. You manage to scare all three of you. He runs away. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on you walk by the river. 1984. Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale's in Connecticut. 2,000 miles away. It's a great job, associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Convince her not to take the job or agree if she commutes back and forth. I don't think you can control someone's life. I'll agree if she commutes. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it for you if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if it's what she wants. She agrees and flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. 1985. Julia is sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. She was found crying in the stairwell. I think this is the start of something. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and drink wine to try and forget about it. We should probably talk to someone about it. After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they're worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She's 41. I don't even know who Julia is. She's a made up character and I'm upset that she's got early onset dementia. Both decide to keep it a secret. Look at this. Pick up my journal. Got my wedding ring on. In only a few months, Henry and I will be... Oh, closed down. Don't worry. That's the picture, I guess, where I pose like He-Man. Bucket is getting older. Julia comments that it's kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. This is fun because I'm getting my backstory, and that picture of the journal introduced me as well. 1987. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car into the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by police. She's devastated. She is sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes, she goes into a panic, believing her dad is at the door. You tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. 1988. You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count this. Can I just clarify? This isn't the game, by the way. This is the introduction. There's an actual game. So I genuinely think I've probably lost some people already. The bits where you see me walking around, that's the game. This is just setting up the backstory. Stay with me. I actually love this because this is going to set the context for the rest of the game. So please watch. You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care. A home. Sits with you for a couple of months. Either I decide to move her into a full-time facility or I'm determined to take care of her by myself. Imagine this decision in real life. Like, people actually face this decision. I think you've got to move her into a full-time care facility, haven't you? Look at this. Let's go forward, I suppose. I could have gone back. It's a different season again now. Beautiful green. Beautiful scenery. I guess I'm walking, because it said it was an 8-mile hike to Two Forks. I guess I'm walking to my station. Oh, look at this. Her family agrees with your decision. You find a fantastic place in Boulder and move her there. You see her every day. Then every other day. You go out to the bar with your old friends. It's not the same. You get the feeling that every wife tells her husband, if you ever put me in a home like Henry did, I'll cut your balls off. You slowly decide to not see your old friends that much. 1989, Julia's sister Susan moves to Boulder to be close to her. She visits her every day. You go with her some of the time. Susan buys you an old typewriter and urges you to use it if you won't see a therapist. You won't. You've always really liked Susan. Months go by and Bucket dies. Julia doesn't remember him when you tell her. Sometimes it takes her a minute to lock in on you. In the back of your mind you believe it's because you see her less and less, and seeing her less and less makes her forget you more, you think. Summer's coming and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. Think we know what that job is. It's a hint here. It's Firewatch. It's watching for fires and it's this game is the job. Yeah? Okay. Have you got that? And there's the tower. Got to enter the lookout tower. I love games like this, but I always worry I'm going to miss something. I feel like I'm probably not. Maybe I will. So this is my tower. So I don't think we have these so much in England, but in America, obviously, there's a, you know, you want to watch out for fires. So they have these massive towers that overlook the. Look at this view. I love this art style in this game. So there's the range that I look over, and there's another tower, thoroughfare lookout over there. Do a full lap of your tower, And there's some gas there. I wonder if there's a way to sprint. Right, turn on the power. And here we go. Home sweet home.
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
Hello.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So we're Henry. Delilah is
So
in that
what's
other
wrong
lookout
with you?
tower, I would imagine.
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
All the windows
You
are
take
boarded
a
up.
stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Got some supplies,
Sure, buddy.
desk lamp.
Okay, now go ahead.
You've killed 3 ex-husbands. You're rebelling against Mum. Nobody can backstand you.
Okay, you're probably just rebelling against a mom who wishes you had given her grandkids, by the sound of your voice, at least 15 years ago. You come out here and it really grinds her gears and you love it. Can I sleep now?
Got a cookbook.
Well, she
Forest
also
book.
says I fuck immature men, but in my defense, who wouldn't want a 28-year-old with ambition and energy and some
Water
fire in his
jug.
belly in bed?
Me, I'm going now.
A singular mind.
Just a second, now it's my turn.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you. I say you got fired from your job and have finally decided to write your novel. That's the sort of bullshit reason you'll find a man out in the woods.
Good night.
Clock's
Welcome to the
broken.
job.
And that's Firewatch. So that's the first part of Firewatch. I'm going to leave the video there. That's we'll start day 1. And we'll come back in the next one.
Good morning, Henry. Well, I guess good afternoon. You probably slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in.
Just finish this
I
little
can
bit.
see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
Right. Okay. Now we'll leave it there. And I'll come back in the next video. Have a good one, guys.